Dr. Bankhead here at the Struggle In. Who the F did I marry 3.5? I ended up in part 3 talking about how I had gone to the McDonald's to get some last minute snacks and things for the kids to have a Christmas party. And we were in the cafeteria setting up for the last minute party, and the kids wanted music on, so they put the radio on while I was attending to getting the table ready for the party. And one of the women in the cafeteria said that the latest music was playing on the radio and that music was not appropriate to be playing in a parochial school. Well, I wasn't listening because I was trying to get things together. The kids were all excited. We were going to have a party. And so we quickly changed the channel. The witch wrote me a formal warning, and I responded. She said that there was no excuse and refused to rescind the warning. There was an annual lottery where parents visit the parochial school on a given Saturday to meet their child's prospective teachers, and the elementary school teachers were required to attend. On the Saturday in question, the witch, the school principal, was away on a trip with her husband and was not present at the lottery. It came about that a staff meeting was held shortly thereafter. Before I talk about the staff meeting, I have something else to mention. I knew coming in as a middle school teacher at this school that I would be identified as a friend of the principal who had already given me the 411 on all the teachers and her thoughts about them. As I can recall, there were two in particular that rankled her feathers. None of the teachers, with one exception, were keen on the principal. They all had their reasons. The one that was keen on her did go on to become a principal herself. I don't know what happened to the other teachers. Anyway, the principal was very focused on the goals she set for her school, and as such, she imposed some rather burdensome additional assignments that were required to be turned in weekly. Teachers will understand how that could be an unnecessary burden, especially when you're dealing with elementary school and middle school students. It came about on this one particular occasion that there was a staff meeting following the lottery. During this meeting, the witch challenged one of the two teachers she'd identified as bothersome. There was no love lost between these two, the principal and the teacher. The witch publicly called this teacher out and proceeded to lambaste her for failing to attend the lottery when it was mandatory for all the elementary school teachers to attend. The teacher charged back and said, well, it might have been mandatory, but you're the principal and you're supposed to lead by example and you weren't there. And a rather unpleasant verbal exchange ensued in front of the entire staff. I was sad that these things had soured so, and I wondered what I could do as a real friend. And I pondered how I could discuss this with the witch. Well, shortly thereafter, the witch approached me and acknowledged that we haven't been spending much time together lately. And wouldn't it be nice to just have a meal together like we did back in the old days? So color me gullible. That. So I'm considering how I can broach the subject of her behavior in the staff meeting and recommend that she chooses to have words with staff to discuss the difficult situations in private, because no one wants to be spoken to like that in front of their coworkers, and that she made herself look bad to everyone. But before I could even get a chance to explain my thoughts, I barely got out that I wanted to talk about the staff meeting, and she went into a tirade at the lunch about me taking sides and how I was supposed to be a friend. That